What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Blind Power, and today I want to talk about something that has been out on the table for conversation in the blind community for so long. I mean, it's been a topic of conversation for decades. So, alright, how does a sighted person approach a blind person? And I'm not meaning this in like, because of the disability, or I'm saying this because some people don't like to be grabbed, by the hand or by the arm all of a sudden, just all of a sudden being grabbed. And I'm one of those people as well. I'm pretty sure the majority of our society is like that. We don't like to be all of a sudden grabbed and, steered where to go. So I want to talk about that now. So, for those of you who are sighted, this will be very interesting for you. That way you know a little bit of the etiquette. And those who are blind or visually impaired can agree with me in a lot of these topics. Comment down below on which ones you agree, which ones you don't. Let's have a nice little debate down below. So the first thing I consider etiquette is when you approach a blind person, don't just go and grab them and point them in the direction that you think they should go. That's one thing, and that takes a lot of us off because you're not asking. First, I say you ask, and if we say no, then it's no. If you insist, sometimes it can take some of us off, and it's a problem, But, we know that your intentions are well, and we know that you're trying to help, and we know that you mean well. But this part of the etiquette is don't just go and grab a blind person and tell them where to go. And, steer them in the direction. Don't do that, okay? If they allow for you to help the blind community, if there's somebody blind you need to help, and they say yes, well, have them grab you by the elbow or by the shoulder, okay? Don't grab them, because I know it's happened to me. People come and grab me, and it's like, why are you steering me, I feel like I'm a steering wheel on a racetrack, like, why? The preferred thing is that we like to do is have somebody, we always say, let me grab onto your elbow or to your shoulder. That's the proper way, have the blind grab onto your shoulder or your elbow. That is, the elbow is proper sight guiding, but, 21st century, we've kind of changed it out a little bit. The shoulder is also a good place. It depends on the person. Some prefer the shoulder, some prefer the elbow. And that's basic etiquette. Now, I want to get into things we highly tell you don't do. I mean, for God's sake, just don't do. These are, if you come up to us, don't start treating us like we're mentally handicapped. Like, hello, can you hear me? Like, that's stupid. We're blind, not deaf. We're not, we don't have, mental impaired. Some might do, but that's another story, But if we're normal, treat us like a normal person. Don't start being like, hello, can you hear? That's one thing you don't do. Honestly, it ticks me off when people start asking if I can hear. I mean, are you kidding me? So that's one thing you don't want to do. Don't ask about, if you can hear, because, yeah, you're blind, but, it's, unless it's like blind deaf, but, that's what you ask. You don't go saying, hello, can you hear me? That's not nice. Now, the next thing I want to talk about that you should not do to a blind person is, if the blind person is with somebody, whether it's a parent, friend, spouse, whatever the case may be, don't go, does he want anything or does she want anything? Don't indirectly talk to the blind person. Talk directly to them. I know it can be intimidating for you because you may never encounter a situation like that. You may have never encountered that you have to talk to a blind person. You may get nervous and you have to talk, and you feel like you want to talk to the sighted person, which is somebody who you can relate to. Talk to the blind person. If you say, does he need anything or does she need anything or what does he want or what does she want, that's considered to us being rude because you are doing it as if we can't hear you or we're not noticing you. And to me, and to a lot of us in the blind community, honestly, it could be considered offensive. I mean, yes, we know when, it's about ignorance, but I do this so that I can educate, those of you who have never had to directly communicate with a blind person. And I say this because etiquette is very important, and this is something that it's usually out on the table, but nobody really talks about it, and nobody really brings it up. You bring it up between, your friends who are also blind or visually impaired, but you never really bring it up to the sighted world. And that's what I'm doing today. So, that's one thing, don't indirectly talk to the person, talk directly to the person. If you do indirectly, it can be considered as rude. And honestly, those are like the basic etiquette skills. I hope nobody took offense to this. I just did this to educate, the sighted who may have never been around a blind person, and watching this video, you may think, oh, that's cool that you're getting a lesson on blind etiquette. I don't know the exact name to call it, but encountering a blind person etiquette. And honestly, I think a lot of these skills can transfer over to any disability, really. If you see somebody deaf, or if you see somebody, a lot of these skills can transfer over. So really, it's more of a universal etiquette, things that you should be aware of. If you find somebody who has a disability. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little rant about etiquette in encountering blind people, and I even have people say, oh yeah, it's over there. And that's another thing, over there. You don't want to tell them, oh, go over there or over there. That's one thing that I didn't want to really focus on, but I just wanted to point out there. Don't say over there and point, because but that's more of an obvious one. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Comment, rate, subscribe. You know what to do. Keep killing it. We're at 53 subs. You guys are doing great in making all this happen. This is awesome. The community we're creating in the YouTube industry, it's never been heard of. So many blind and visually impaired YouTubers. I mean, we've got a couple out there, and now me, Blind Power, is out there, and that's awesome. I honestly, I'm glad that you guys are supporting the community, and I can't thank you enough. That you're supporting the community, and that you thanks to you behind that phone over there, you have made this happen. All right, everyone counts. Whether you love the channel, whether you're a hater, whether you're just a passerby, you just encountered the video, all of you make a difference, and I appreciate what you're doing. I'll see you guys in the next video.